Good morning, Phil Thatch here at Harrison Bay State Park, and this morning I'm going to walk down the Bay Loop Trail, which is a 4.5 mile loop. I don't think I'm going to go anywhere near 4.5 miles. The place that I kind of like, I saw when I hiked this trail a little bit with my daughter and my girlfriend. It's probably somewhere between a half a mile and 3/4 of a mile from here, so I'm going to hike to that and see if I can get a photograph. Official sunrise is in about 10 minutes, but the shot I have in mind kind of has the sun to my back or maybe my side. So I'm going to try to get a little golden hour light on some trees, and let's get to it. It is now officially sunrise, 7:23 a.m. and I'm still hiking. I'm probably maybe halfway to my destination, but that's okay. Like I say, I wasn't trying to get the sunrise. I'm trying to get golden hour light on some of these trees. So carry on. The sun is coming up, starting to get a little bit of golden hour going on, and it took me forever to find a composition that I like, and honestly I'm really still not sure that I like it, but this is what I'm going to try, and I've gone vertical again, and we'll see how it comes out. Let me show you the composition. I like the way these trees look right here, and the sun is going to be rising from over there, so hopefully they'll be nice and gold. They're already a lot more golden than they were when I first set this up. Looks like I am at f11 ISO 100, and of course I'm moving the exposure around as the light changes, but trying to get a little golden light on these trees. The light just keeps getting better and better. I've learned from Adam Gibbs, watching his YouTube channel, that it's best to have the light coming from the side sometimes. And that's what I've got. You can see the left side of this tree, which is the main subject of my composition, is nice and gold, and the right side is much, much darker. And that is just the way I'm framing it. Now, here's another thing that's interesting. With this mirrorless camera, what you see is the exposure that you're going to get. And you can see the meter. I've got it underexposed a pretty good bit, and it just looks better to me. When I adjust it to where the exposure is correct, I don't like it as much. So that's pretty cool. I'm using the 24-70 f2.8G. Looks like I'm right on 35 millimeters or pretty close. Of course, I have the Z6 and the FTZ. There is a little bit of sky in the picture that I'm not hugely fond of, so we'll have to see what I can do with that in post. That was an 1/8 of a second on that one. I always take a bunch to try to, figure out what's best. Here's another thing that's in this scene that almost made me not take the picture right here, but the more I look at it, the more I kind of like it. Here's some branches that have fallen, and they are just covered with all sorts of interesting fungus. And now that fungus is being hit with golden light, and these trees, this one has a pretty good bit of moss on it, which is beautiful. And some of these things are growing on it, like Michael Daniel gets in his pictures of birds. Pretty nice spot. The more I think about it, the more I think I want to do a focus stack on this picture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a picture with this first tree on the left in focus, and then I'm going to move to this slightly further back tree on the right and get it in focus. And then I'm going to take one more focus on this tree further back in the middle. So make those 3 shots, and then I like to put my hand in front of the frame. And I did this before I started this focus stack. Take a picture of my hand, and then there will be a picture of my hand before and after the 3 pictures that I will attempt to focus stack. I'm not extremely thrilled with this first one, but it did turn out okay. I had to do a lot of dodging and burning to give it some depth, but overall I'm glad I took the time to make it. There it is, f11, 3 images focus stacked. I've been looking around for some more compositions, and this tree kind of caught my eye, the way the light is catching on it. So it's another vertical. One day I'll figure out how to do a horizontal landscape picture, but today it's just not lending itself to that. I'm at 50 millimeters on the 24-70 f2.8. So 50 millimeters on the 24-70 f2.8, 1/15 of a second f11 ISO 100, and once again the light is coming at this tree from the side, and I'm kind of underexposing it a little bit compared to what the meter wants. I didn't do any focus stacking on this one because really the only thing I want to be perfectly in focus is that tree, and with that in mind I'm trying another setup here. I've dropped the f-stop down to f3.5. This is a 2.8 lens, but at 3.5 it's really good and sharp, and of course that made me increase the shutter speed way up to 1/320th, but you know, and I'm not sure if I'll use the f11 or the f3.5 version. I guess that'll be for later in this video, but I thought I might try to get some separation. I think it's interesting that the first image I focus stacked for maximum depth of field at f11, and this one I reduced to 3.5, f3.5 for a lot less depth of field. This one didn't need any dodging or burning, just a little bit of contrast, and I like this one a lot better. This is definitely my favorite shot of the day. All right, I'm going to take a little break now and have some coffee. Golden hour is pretty much almost over, and I've probably got as much as I'm going to get today in this area. I'm not saying I'll never come back here and try to shoot some more, but today I've got what I'm going to get, I believe. And this is such a cool place. We walked out here, my girlfriend and my daughter and I and her dog, my girlfriend's dog, came out here. We walked about 1.25 miles out to the very end of this piece of land that has the dog leg bay on that side. That's what the boaters around here call it. And the bay or inlet on this side where Harrison Bay Marina is. And we walked all the way to the end, but just about 1/2 mile out is where this spot is, and it really caught my eye. So first chance I got to come out here at or pretty close to sunrise, I definitely took advantage of it. So here I am, and I thank you for coming along with me, and I really hope you enjoyed it, and I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Gosh, if you could give it a thumbs up, that would be fantastic, and I always appreciate a new subscriber. So hit the old subscribe button if you can, and maybe you can catch some more videos like this. Thanks again for watching. Hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.